Painting a heated spa. I want to paint my concrete outdoor spa because I had to repair several chips with pool plaster, but I couldn't match the color. I'm concerned about whether A, paint would hold up, or B, health issues with the paint considering spa temperatures reach 104. I don't want to use epoxy because if I want to resurface at a later date, it would be too difficult. And I don't want to consider resurfacing yet since I spent all this time replastering. Is there a suitable paint available that will last 2 to 3 years, stand up to high water temperatures, not pose a health risk, and not be difficult when it comes to resurfacing?
So when you're saying you don't want to use an epoxy, are we talking an epoxy-based paint? Are we talking an epoxy surface? There's two different types of things there. If you're using a straight up epoxy finish, that's one thing. An epoxy paint is something very different. There are rubber-based paints and there are epoxy-based paints. I think in this particular case, either one's going to work about the same. You're going to get a few years and they're going to start chalking off. Either one of those is going to require sandblasting to remove them to be able to do the replaster. So my thought would be that the epoxy-based pool paint is going to be a little better in the higher temperatures than the rubber-based paint. However, neither one of them are going to last all that long. So yes, 2 or 3 years I think is probably doable. But when it comes time to replastering it, no matter which one you use, you're going to have it sandblasted, walnut blasted, soda blasted. Something is going to have to be used to strip it all the way down. So if it were me, either one of them at that point is just going to, you might get 6 months less out of the rubber-based paint. It might fail a whole lot quicker, or it might last longer. I'm just my inkling would be epoxy-based pool paints are going to last a little bit longer, but it's all going to be in the preparation. Make sure that the surface is super clean and dry. Make sure that once you get it prepped and you get it painted, you let it dry the adequate amount of time. I don't think either one of them is going to cause any health issues in terms of fumes or anything if it's 104 degrees. I think the materials are fine for that. It's when you get probably up to 160, 170, 180 where you start vaporizing stuff, it might be a problem. But I think at 104 degrees, you shouldn't have it, and the material should be fine. But know that no matter how you paint it, once you do go to the replaster stage, it's going to require more work no matter what you use. Come here.